in the process of going live right now on a couple of them.
Get my message? Did it pop up?
Oh, yeah, when you put test, but I didn't respond, so.
Okay. Cool.
My bad.
And if I can, I'll find general remarks that might be worth bringing up.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Sounds great. Sounds absolutely great. All right, so we're good there. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, we'll get started here and locksmith and it's the small things, right? All right, so almost 5:10 here. Let's see what we got going on, guys. Yeah, so Chris, we are live and got quite a few people tuned in. Yeah. And awesome. Well, hey, while everyone gets going here, let me say hi to some of you. What do we got here? Start at the top. S. Fuller says, excited to see all my favorite lock bosses. Awesome. S. Fuller, glad to have you for sure. James Estep, how are you doing? Brian Field, thanks for checking in, and we'll have fun here with Chris in just a few minutes. And let's see here. Kevin Bacon, how's it going? Hey, I was just talking with Conrad, actually, that video that we had talked about, I believe is going to be live this next Wednesday or the Wednesday after. So it'll be within a couple weeks. It'll finally come out. Second shoot, right? Second shoot. We got G Keyman 565. How's it going? Dave, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We got Lamberto. Thanks for coming on here. Jim Anderson, Jeffrey Kelly, Ken Hoggard, Soundview, John Falk, Starry Locke, Dana Reed. How are all you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Guys, I'm always amazed by the amount of comments on here. As a matter of fact, like I start looking at them and I try to read more than one.
You got a lot going on over there.
Yeah, there's a lot cooking in the oven for sure. Let's see here. Brian Edmonston, how are you? Thanks for tuning in, Brian. And for all the comments you've been posting lately. Kim Robinson, hey there. Ken, I remember talking to you. You've been a customer of CLK for a long time. I mean, I remember talking to you several times on the phone. Thank you for tuning in. Dusty Knuckles, Chef Mel P, hey there. PH Picker, Scott Owens, Mr. Kid Lock himself, Tanner. Good stuff. Ryan Bradley, Mike Lehman, Carl Lewis, hey there. Awesome. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in for another hashtag LockBoss giveaway. I got the winners right here underneath this paper. You can't see them. I mean, I know how you guys are zooming in your cameras and doing stuff to cheat, right? So I'm keeping it secret until it's time. But is what I wanted to do is take the opportunity with the van tour that we did with Chris.
Yep.
Chris, thanks for taking the time out of your time with your family, I'm guessing right now.
I love giving back to the locksmith community, and questions and answers and stuff like that are sometimes the best ways to do it. I love these. These are awesome.
Absolutely, man. I can tell you what, I know you saw the comments. I mean, there's a lot of comments.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
love.
wasn't trying to give myself a big ego, but yeah, it seemed like a pretty good
Yes.
positive reaction.
Absolutely. I mean, people are loving the vanilla gorilla.
Well, there's actually 2 other iterations. So this was the 3rd one. The first one was the white whale, which was an old Dodge van, big, bulky van. And the next one was the albino rhino, which was my Chevy. Now we're at the, I'm running out of things that rhyme, so hopefully this is the last one for a while.
Give you a little more time to get it all figured out. That's good stuff. So I figure you'll come on here in a few minutes. I'll kind of ask you some, guys, if you have questions for Chris and his van, I did write down some of your questions that I couldn't answer from YouTube, and I'll be asking Chris here in a minute about those. But feel free right now to shoot those questions in. We'll see if we can get it added to the list. We'll have a little bit of fun, and then we'll announce the winners. So real quick here before we get going, it says Jeffrey. Let's see here. Jeffrey Kelly says, I enjoyed seeing the van setup video this week, and I'm going to be setting up a Nissan NV van soon. So great to see how others have set up their vans. Absolutely.
Yeah, NVs they're great. They're really spacious, and there's a lot of options with those.
There is, and it's really cool that, seeing other people's designs is really cool, which is why I wanted to start doing the van tour series.
Yeah. It's like their signature or their style. There's a lot you can tell about someone's professionalism and how they treat their vehicles and how they set them all up.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that maybe you're trying to figure out how to set up your pitting kit or how you're mounting your key machines, and when you see someone else do it, and you're like, wow, that's perfect. I don't even have to think about this anymore.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's a lot of fun. Ryan Bradley says, thank you very much for the prize package. Fantastic penny map, mullet, key gauge, and great master keying software. Absolutely, Ryan. I'm glad you like it all, and very happy that you won. Next we have Greg Gibson. He says, thanks for the awesome Black Friday deals. Hopefully you got hooked up with one of those Lock Boss Carhartt jackets. I tell you what, it's cold up here in North Idaho, and I've been wearing mine when I'm out programming keys. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be programming some tomorrow, and it says it's going to be snowing. So, hey, this is what I look at it. If you guys are going to be out doing the work in the snow, so am I.
I get real jealous of the locksmiths in Florida and Arizona when they have those lovely, lovely weather, all year round.
Yep.
And then, but give and take.
Dave Aiden, sorry if I said that wrong, Dave. Chris, do you any problems with your 1200 being knocked out of calibration in your van?
If you are like me and you could use better suspension in your vehicle, then yes, it does get knocked out of suspension or knocked out of calibration. Highly recommend have a schedule set up where you check the calibration either twice a month, once a week, whatever, because you don't want to be going to a job where you have to count on that machine to be accurate and you figure out that it's out of calibration. Right now, if I calibrate it twice a month, maybe one time it may be slightly off. But then again, depends on the suspension, the type of road you drive on, and the way you drive and treat your vehicle.
Okay.
So not a whole lot.
Okay. Makes sense. What's your preferred method of checking the calibration?
Usually, if you have the calibration kit, it comes with the card, you can get that all squared in. Now, if you're really good with the machine, you can just drop a blank in there, exactly where a pre-cut, if a factory cut will tell you exactly where it's at. But I don't necessarily always trust that, so I will use the calibration kit just to test it.
Good, that's good practice. Now, before we go too much further, Chris, would you like a Topo Chico?
You know what? I'm going to be okay with that because I got some lovely, lovely coffee here from a local coffee shop.
Okay, awesome. Guys, I have to say, I love you guys have been tagging us and including pictures of the Topo Chico, which I think is not only awesome because I love this stuff, but someone recently posted that I think it was on Instagram that Topo Chico is the official locksmithing drink. Right?
Is the check in the mail? I mean, did they get you taken care of? Or?
Yeah, hey, the way I look at it is I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Topo Chico for sure. So let's kind of get into it here. So, got some questions here. First off, I'll start with a more fun one. I'm guessing it's kind of fun. I actually don't know the inside scoop on this. Maybe you do. Maybe it's inappropriate and I don't know. Right? We'll find out. Ready?
Sure.
Jeff Moss
Oh gosh.
wants to know, where are the tumblers?
Oh, Moss. The tumblers we keep in a special tumbler vault. It's only specifically used when we have to retumble, because if we don't do it correctly, we could just totally untumble it, and we don't want that to happen. That's important.
Okay.
If you untumble it, everyone's in trouble.
Okay, if you untumble it. Okay, that's absolutely no idea, but I'm going to take that as the answer. So, Jeff Moss, that's what...
That's all you're getting, Moss.
That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. Okay, so we have Gerard Thomas says, he noticed that you had the Blue Punch and Raitan in your van, and he wants to know, which one do you prefer?
Well, I have the Blue Punches for Schlage and Kwikset, and I have the Raitan for the Weiser and Falcon. And considering that I don't run into Weiser as much, that one definitely does not get used as much.
Okay.
They both work fantastic. But the advantage I would probably give to the Raitan, because you can put multiple key platforms on one machine, and it's priced a little bit differently, and that's good for getting more bang for your buck.
Yep.
The Blue Punch does have I want to say a better handle, maybe. That's about it. More ergonomic. That's pretty much the only better feature it has.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's, like we've done some key machine battles on between the two.
Yeah.
And it's one of those that's like, I don't think, like, if you just need to get a punch for A2 or Schlage or Kwikset, I don't really think you can make a bad decision going with Prolock or Raitan.
Right.
I think the biggest thing that you want to think about is, do you want to put the key in, what would this way be, horizontally or vertically, right?
Right.
And so I think that once you get used to one type, going to a different type is a little more tricky.
If you use the Blue Punches, especially for the Schlage one, there's a very specific way you put that key in. You can't just slap it in. It has to fall into that groove on the channeling there, on the milling. So, like you just said, you get really used to putting that key in that very specific way, where you just don't even think about it anymore. It's not even an issue. It is.
Yep, looks like Hogmaster13 says, don't tumble over your Topo Chico. And Tanner says, Kid Lock says, untumbling is bad.
It is bad.
I guess everyone knows about this but me, which is fine.
Hashtag untumble. Started here.
Hashtag untumble, yeah. So John Falk asks, what is your favorite machine for cutting high security keys? And maybe...
Are you talking about automotive or...
Yes,
for the most part automotive.
And let me kind of rephrase that a little bit, John, if you don't mind. What machine do you use, and what machine do you wish you had? Is there a difference?
Now, me personally, I don't do a ton of automotive. It's not my bread and butter every day. I do some automotive. I do make keys consistently, but not as much as a fully dedicated automotive locksmith. Now, that being said, I am rocking the always good entry-level SECE9. It's an okay machine. Now, what I wish I had, because it's, there are issues with some of these other machines, but a Miracle A9 is a very good machine. Some of the newer stuff from some of the newer Keyline stuff's pretty good. Pretty much any machine that's going to be a high-grade quality will cut those high security, the side keys, the laser keys, as customers call them. Any high-end machine cuts them pretty well. I mean, you can get into the technical specifications. If you're a frame-on guy, you have to have your cert and everything else. But I wish I had a Miracle A9. That's my dream machine right now.
Okay. Cool. Next question here from Bill Moulton. He says, wouldn't AC be nice in the summer in your van?
I thought about that. So here's what I do. The same thing I do in the wintertime. I have a wonderful setup where we take a very, very high-tech box fan and we put it right there behind the frame where the door, the panel's at. Why can't I think of the word? What am I talking about?
Are you talking about from like the back to the front of the van? Like
there's a specific term that's for that. I'm trying to think of what it's called. We know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
The the board right there. So we put a fan right there, powers right into the system. So you can have the vehicle on, and it'll blow all the hot air back there and blow all the cold air back there. In the wintertime, it is a sauna back there. In the summertime, it's like an ice box. It's nice. So I just kind of push the air back there.
Man, maybe this next summer we'll do like a video on the...
You can put a little gauge in there or something.
Yeah, have a little fun.
Bulkhead. It's called the Bulkhead.
Bulkhead.
Yes.
Okay. So, next question. Lockpicker999 asks, how do you secure your machines to the bench, in particular the Ilco one?
So the machine, if I'm trying to remember correctly, it's been years since I've had to, move it around. There are some kits that are made for machines that come with them. They can be made, they can be fabricated, where it secures it to the bench. In my case, I literally just found the points on the frame of the machine where there was no wires on to mess with. You drill 4 drill points, and since it is a wooden bench, you can just go right into it. If you want a little extra security, you can bolt it and put some threaded nuts on the back of it. Okay. And that it keeps it good and snug.
Okay.
Check every 6 months to make sure it's not loose, but that's it.
Cool. Next question is Tom Kaysen asks, do you have a storefront?
I do not have a storefront. I started as mobile, and I've found that most guys in my area, at least, we're seeing whenever a storefront closes, it usually stays closed. Not really a lot of people jump into it in my area. So for me, 99% of my customers want service rendered on site. Okay. But as I get older, it doesn't mean I won't get tired of driving and probably open up a storefront, though,
Sure. Yeah, all the options are open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Next question is by Chuck Strawhand. He asks, are the lights 12 volt or 120?
The lights run off of 120. The entire system's off of 2 marine batteries that go in the inverter, make it to 120 AC, and then that way you can just make all the system equalized.
Okay, so that brings up, so a lot of, I was blown away when you turned on those lights in there.
They go.
They go, right? And if we can take a minute, and I want to kind of walk through how it all works, okay?
Sure.
So just to make sure, so you have from your car or your van battery in the motor.
Nope, it's a completely independent system.
It's a completely independent system.
Completely independent system. Some people will run it off a high output alternator to power those, but that's more of a trickle on those batteries because you pull a lot out of them, and depending on how much you drive, it may take a long time to recharge. Okay. So mine is set up as a completely independent system. Two heavy duty marine batteries, long draw and recharge cycles. You can really take that beating. Everything starts in the back of the van right there behind all the equipment. Okay. And those go to the inverter, which then transfers into 120 AC, and then that powers the rest of the vehicle. Now when I do have to recharge it, those batteries will typically last me about, depending on the amount of work I use out of it, the lights being their LED, they draw almost nothing. Yeah. So unless I'm doing a lot of machine work, usually 3 or 4 days. And so what I'll do is, out of routine, I get home, I plug it in, I have a charging pack that just automatically picks up that power input and just converts it right to the batteries, and it takes about 5-6 hours to power up in case they ever get killed. Okay, so every few days you'll just hook them up, get them recharged. Oh yeah, and the inverter will show you your battery gauge, so you can see, hey, if I'm drawing 13.7 right now, once you get to that low 12, that's when you know, okay, I gotta make sure I plug it in today. Okay, that's it. Cool. I didn't know that's how you did it. Yep. So thanks everybody. That's it. So the main reason you didn't want to hook to the van battery was you just don't want to be drawing on that. My previous van was set up in a way where it did draw from the alternator and power those batteries, which was nice because if you really wanted to, you can just turn your van on and you always had a constant supply of battery. Yep. Which is nice, but anytime you have polarity issues and you have wiring issues, you could really mess up your vehicle's battery. And unfortunately, if that goes bad, if for any reason there's a power surge, if the polarity is too strong or the current's too strong, you could mess your alternator up, you can mess your starter up, anything that's connected to that system. Sure. So
Yeah, and you know, as you say that, you know, I think a lot of times if it's not hooked up properly or is being used too much, it causes, like, now the van's not starting, and like it kind of can trickle. So,
But the cool part about that was that if my battery on my van did die, I could just flip on the power to my van and it would power the vehicle. So I had my own jump start built in, which was nice, but
yeah,
you know, I'm not an electrician, so if I mess it up, I don't want to be driving down the road and my battery explode or something, you know.
yeah, that's it. That's a good
I
point.
don't think insurance covers that.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. From the screen here. So yeah, a lot of guys in here are saying bulkhead,
Yep.
partition, headache rack.
For some reason I couldn't think of the word, I don't know why.
Yeah, me neither. I would have never guessed that, actually. I would have said, like, between the front and the back. That'd be my technical term on that. Oh, it says, so Brian Field says, can't sell a van here in Texas without AC. I believe it. I've been in Texas in the summer, and I couldn't imagine sitting in the back of a van.
75 is like perfect. Ain't nothing higher than that. That's it.
Ooh. Gray Has Root says, that watch is huge.
Oh yeah, you like that.
That's good. Ken Hoggard says, mobile for life.
Yep.
Let's see. If you, Ricky Goss asks, if you had just one car opening tool, what would it be?
So, something that locksmiths do is we talk about all sorts of things. What's your favorite tool for this? What's the fastest thing you've done for this? And one of the things get brought up is like, what's your number one tool for this situation? And for me, I have a set of tryout keys, jiggle keys, whatever you want to call them, just the automotive jigglers. And there's been times I've been in a hurry. I need to get to the next job quickly, and so I always usually keep them on my belt, and just clipped right to my loop there. And I've opened up so many vehicles with those specific keys that they are worn to a specific shape and style that I like, and that's my number one tool.
Okay.
Just to get cars open.
I experimented, when you say that, I experimented with, and I almost started selling them, but I just, I didn't know if I could get people to understand the concept.
It's tricky. It's not like picking, but it kind of is. It's not really.
Yeah, so you pretty much just set the key. I mean, it's kind of like a cross of like a leashy kind of thing, where you literally just, the key's cut in a certain way that all you do is put tension on it, tension on the lock, slowly pull it out,
yes,
and
I've
it
seen
picks
that.
it.
Yep, because all those wafers have no ability to drop back in because you applied pressure to that.
Yes.
Yep, I've seen that before.
Right, it's really cool. It's really cool. What's another one? Good one here. Oh, yeah. So Gustavo asks, does he like the Dini? So are you a Dini guy?
I don't use it in my everyday application. It is a great product, but if I'm just to be cleaning out regular residential locks, I'll use pretty much a lower grade stuff, because for the price of what you get it for, and some of these locks are already pretty cheap, I use it for commercial applications, older locks, stuff I really want to have a good, strong effect on.
Okay.
If you're talking about like a cheapo, box store lock that's going to, maybe last 2 or 3 years, no, not really.
Okay, you don't want to waste the good stuff.
I don't want to
junk.
waste the good stuff. Definitely don't want to do that.
Okay, so I guess that you are a fan of the Dini.
I'm a hashtag Dini guy.
There we go. We got another Dini fan in the house. Good stuff. Oh man.
I was gonna ask you, do we use the hashtag T-Flow as the other side of that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, you'd have to go hashtag Dini or hashtag T-Flow. I think that would be the ticket. And the thing is I love the Tri-Flow.
Oh, they're both great products.
I mean, I grew up using Tri-Flow. The only thing I didn't like about Tri-Flow is the drip.
Yes.
Right? And then the rag to clean the drip, and now you have a shiny.
Yep, you have the shiny strip, and you're like, oh gosh.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're doing the whole door, and
I've done that.
And back in the day, I'd be, when I was as a locksmith working for my dad, he'd be calling me up, I was like, hey, why aren't you done with that job?
Polishing the doors.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, the sooner I get done buffing this door, the sooner I'll get on to the next one, right?
Oh boy.
Oh man. William Bennett says, well, I had a chance to use my Lock Boss mullet. Awesome. Good stuff. Okay, so let's see here. So that's good. So let's go ahead and we've already been going for 24 minutes.
Dude, the time just flies.
Jeez, man. Should we do you guys want to see a magic trick? Huh? So definitely or you know what, hold on here. We just got one more question, guys. We're gonna answer this question. We're gonna do a magic trick, and then we're going to announce the 5 winners this week. So the question is from Soundview Lock and Key. HPC 1200 Blitz and Extreme. What's the difference? Dude,
between the Blitz and the Extreme, if I remember correctly, I believe the Extreme has, I want to say they're pretty much the same. They still have the XY axis.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, the Extreme has the not the extra peripherals for side cuts and stuff, but it has the wheel, the extra wire wheel.
Oh no, so the difference between the two, okay, and I'll give you the quick version of it. The main bullet points is, so what the HPC, like the CMB, just the basic Blitz comes with is your standard code card set. You know, you kind of get your free gift, which a lot of times guys want to get the calibration kit, right? But the Extreme version of that comes with all of that, but it also comes with an extra deck of code cards. I mean, don't quote me exactly. I know we're live, so there's no takebacks. But
no takebacks.
About 75 additional cards. It also comes with an extra cutter wheel, and it comes with a free gift, which the best free gift in that set, in my opinion, is the Master King software, the HPC code software. Now, some guys love it, some guys hate it, right? But that software is like $500.
It is. It's pretty pricey.
Right? So that's really the main difference between it. Is you're just getting a bunch of extra stuff along with the Blitz package, which is nice having the extra code cards. Right? Definitely nice having the extra code cards.
Absolutely.
All right. So one more question. One more question, guys. You guys are bringing them in, which is good. Keep them coming. Let's see. William says, got to use the Dini also on a lock that the tenant said wouldn't work, and a squirt, and it worked better. So true. You know, Connor has a good story about that himself. So William, very awesome. Big fan of the Dini. I mean, I use it for everything at my house, honestly. Like when I ran out of WD-40 and that, I just use Dini for everything.
It works really good.
It does. Okay, so guys, once again, Mark Call, who I don't know if I've seen him on here or not. He has sent me some more. He's with Alakazam USA Magic Company, who's also a lock boss, which is really cool, right? Nice. He sent me some more magic tricks. So I figured, you know what? I've been practicing this one quite a bit. I even practiced on a few people here.
Got warmed up.
So, guys, this is the deal. You know, I'm not quitting my day job anytime soon, all right? So, but here we go. So, Chris, I got this. Let me hold this up here. This is just a basic combination padlock right here, okay? And what I'm going to do, Chris, is I'm going to give it to you. And I want you to think of a random, it's a 4-digit, right? So technically it's like 10,000 possible combinations.
Right.
I want you to think of a random number, tell us what the number is, and then right there I want you to put that number in.
Just pick any random sequence numbers?
Yep.
Okay.
Just, we have to first tell us what it is.
Okay. So I'm going to be picking, let's see here. Let's do 4216.
22.
4216.
Okay.
4216.
Yep. Give it a try.
This isn't a pop open, isn't it? Let's see here.
Nope, it's not gonna work because I have no idea what the number is. You know,
That's a good magic trick.
Hey, if I was that good, you know, what the heck, right? So now is what I want you to do is I want you to think of an important date. Okay, a date that means something to you. You know, you don't have to tell us why that date means something to you.
Sure. Okay.
We just want to know a date.
Just any random, well, not random, but important date.
Yep, yeah, if you can just tell it to us.
January 3rd.
Okay, so if you wouldn't mind, please, entering that date in as so it'd be 0103.
Sure.
Would you mind entering that in for us?
Yeah, you can do that. It's gonna pop open, isn't it? Okay. And
Yep.
oh my goodness, look at that.
Boom.
What?
0103.
What?
Pretty cool, huh?
That's magic.
Pretty cool. Hey, Mark, once again, thank you for sending this. Alakazam USA. Tons and tons of fun. Right?
That's pretty cool.
Man, I have a lot of fun doing them, you know. What the heck, right? Oh, gosh. Good stuff, everybody. All right.
Fun right there.
So, now we got that out of the way real quick, guys. I want to touch on one more thing. We're going to get after it. I know we're already 30 minutes in. But, so last week, you know, I also did that Chevy Colorado video.
Yep, saw that.
Where I had some problems.
Yep.
And I had to kind of go through it. And 99% of all the programming videos that we do are unedited.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's true to how, you know, we experience
it's
it.
true to how it is. You know, I mean, a lot of times I can have my experience going into it, so I can already kind of pass by some of the stuff that
Yeah.
maybe others might stumble upon. But, I want to keep it real.
Yeah.
It's so important to keep it real.
Any locksmith that tells you they perfectly program every car every time, they're not being real with you.
Yeah, I like to say, you know, they're living in their own reality.
Yeah, that's the way to
Right?
do it.
And I think the big thing is a lot of times you have to fail before you actually get it right. I mean, think about all the years that you've been doing it, right? I mean, you've had to go to jobs and struggle.
Ask any guy that's ever had to drill out a quicksand, and they'll be like, this should not have happened, but it has happened. For some reason, they couldn't pick it.
It's so true. I mean, I've sat there, you know, the last car I ever unlocked, okay, was a Toyota, it's like one of their smaller SUVs, 4-door.
Oh, like a 4Runner or
I can't remember honestly what it was, but I was on call, Thanksgiving Day, and, you know, as the owner's son, so that like his guys would be like, hey, that guy can do it, right? So it was the last day I was on call. I had my wife, then girlfriend, with me, and we go there, and it's late, you know, and or I should say about dinner time. Like we had to leave during dinner to go do it, and we go there, and I happen to know the person. I was like, hey, you know, what's up? You know, it was a AAA.
Yeah.
And I go to unlock it, and I used a up and under. Guys, don't hate me for those that hate the up and under. I used it, and I got it stuck. And my girlfriend at the time was sitting in the car, you know, in my van, and she's like, hey, you know, she's like, what's going on, right? You know,
Turkey's getting
she was being
cold.
nice. She was being nice, but she was kind of like, what the heck? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm here with the flashlight, taking off the door panel, and
being the dutiful locksmith, yeah.
getting it done. But man, I tell you what, that was the last lockout I did for money.
Here's a challenge for you and anyone else out there.
Okay.
Who remembers their very first lockout? What vehicle, what color, what year? Most of us seem to remember that first one that comes around. My first one was a 97 black Ford Ranger. I remember it because it was wintertime. It was on a little bit of a slopey driveway, and I'm trying to unlock this with a long reach bar.
Yep.
And when I was done, I let go and just slid down the hill all nice and, you know, yeah, it was cool. I made an exit. I'm out of there.
Yeah, that's good stuff, guys. So, perfect, guys. So here we go. So let's do the Lock Boss announcement. Thank you, all of you, once again for commenting throughout the week, being awesome for Chris for opening up his van and letting the world kind of see.
That's my baby.
Yeah, it's your baby, and the fact that, you know, you were willing to open up and kind of be vulnerable about that, and at the same time, all of you guys, the Lock Boss community out there, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are positive, you're encouraging, and I really appreciate you guys treating Chris very kindly.
Yeah,
Truly
it's been a
appreciate
good
it.
experience, and you know the videos you put out are very, very informative, and it's really good to see that, you know, the community's getting information from more than just one place, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. And you know, as you know some insider information, but we have some pretty big announcements coming up.
Yep.
We do.
There's some news on the horizon.
Yep. So, guys, without further ado, I'm going to go over the rules here. We'll announce the winners. But I just really sincerely want to thank you guys for being awesome and posting, encouraging. I've seen you guys respond to each other's comments and answer the questions. Very cool. And I want to remind you guys that, these videos are staying up, right? So a guy who maybe doesn't know what you know or whatever it might be might stumble across this video in 1 month, in 6 months, in 1 year, and they're going to feel welcome, right? They're going to feel like, hey, you know what? That's an interesting perspective. And I think that's one of the best parts.
Yeah. That's the great thing about the internet. It's there forever.
It's there forever. So, the rules, guys, and just to make sure we're all on the same page here. So, throughout the week, we post videos on YouTube. If you comment on those videos and include the hashtag LockBoss, you get entered in to win one of 5 prizes every week. Each giveaway is unique and individual to itself. They run from Monday, when we post our first video, all the way through Sunday, so the 7 days. And then on Tuesday, the following Tuesday, which is like today, we announce the 5 winners. No purchase necessary to win. Seriously, I grew up in a locksmithing family. We serve people who work with locks and keys here at CLK Supplies. And we just want to hook you guys up. And we want to be an encouragement, and we want to hopefully be a part of your success and going forward and feeling equipped. So, post, include the hashtag, or comment and include the hashtag LockBoss, and you'll be entered to win. They're completely random how we choose the winners, so you can essentially, technically you could win every week. Okay, so that's how it works, and thank you all for doing that. So without further ado, I think I covered it.
I think that's about all of them, yeah.
Without further ado, Chris, do you want to announce the winners this week?
Yeah, that'd be great. A little guest
yeah, let's do it. So I'll give you that, and I'll get the drum roll going for number 1.
I'm gonna butcher these names. Number 1 is gonna be. Ooh, how much time?
Yeah, Buss or Bussy.
I got number 1's gonna be David Bussy.
Busse.
Yep.
David, congratulations. I don't know if you're on
David.
here, but now what I forgot to say, which I always do when this happens, is if we call your name, is what you need to do is either email us at sales@clksupplies.com or call us tomorrow. Or if you're watching this video tomorrow, call us now at 800-848-6989. So, congratulations, David. Let's go to number 2. Here we go.
Number 2, we got Jenkins Locks.
Jenkins Locks. Congratulations. Very cool.
Congratulations.
Let's go here. Winner number 3.
DJ234. Congratulations, DJ234.
DJ234. Awesome. Here we go. Winner number 4
is going to be S. Fulmer.
S. Fulmer, congratulations. I might have seen you on here a few minutes ago. Congratulations. Let's go.
Last but not least, we got Brian Field, number 5.
Whoa, there we go. Brian Field, congratulations. Oh, hey, here he is. Right there. He just commented. Oh, very cool, Brian Field. So all of you guys who won today, absolute congratulations to you. We look forward to hooking you up with all sorts of cool stuff. And awesome. How cool is it Brian's on here? And he's wondering,
that was quick. He's there.
Yeah, he's wondering, Tanner, when are you going to come out with that mullet box? Brian, we've actually been making a few little developments on that. So I'm hoping within a reasonable amount of time we'll be able to talk to you about it. That'd be cool.
Do you guys have mullets to wear for when you promo them?
Yeah, we should. Well, I mean, did you see Tanner when he came on with his mullet?
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah, he actually came on. He only wore it for a few minutes, but when...
Oh, no, you have to wear it like the entire thing.
That's what I was saying.
You gotta commit.
Gotta commit. Very cool, guys. Well, hey, thank you all so much for tuning in. Chris, thanks for not only spending time sharing your story and advice and wisdom with everyone on the channel, but for being vulnerable with it as well.
You know what? It's when I became a locksmith, and there's a lot of information that you have to really seek out, and no one's exactly there to say, "Here's how you do it. Let me hold your hand." I guess if you want it, you have to go get it, and having more information is important. And talking to people, and there's a whole community of locksmiths I've learned to be friends with and network, and this is a community of, we're brothers in all this, and helping each other out, brothers and sisters, is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Well, guys, we'll see you back here next Tuesday, 5:10 Pacific time. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening.